Hi, I'm Gregg Sarra with your Newsday High School Sports Spotlight. This week, we start with some Catholic League football. The first look, a nail-biter between St. Anthony's and Chaminade. Coming into the game, Chaminade, they hadn't beaten St. Anthony's in nearly a decade. Chaminade on the board first when their defense blocks a St. Anthony's punt. That's recovered in the end zone. Connor Collette grabs the ball for a Flyers touchdown. Add the extra point, and the Flyers are up 7-0 in the first quarter. We go to second quarter action. Chaminade on the march. Halfback Mario Fischetti, our Newsday Player of the Week 2 weeks ago, gets the handoff and bounces it outside to the house. Goes Fischetti for the 13-0 lead. Flyers miss the extra point as we head to halftime. In the second half, how about a comeback? St. Anthony's quarterback Connor McCreary looks to make something happen. Connects with Dominic DePalma. He skirts defenders, middle of the field, and takes it to the end zone. That extra point makes it 13-7. McCreary, well, he wasn't done. He passes this time to Kenyon Miles, who dives through the pylon and gets the touchdown. We're tied at 13. Flyers missed the extra point. St. Anthony's, well, they're trying to complete that comeback bid. And here's your game changer, the turning point in the game. Chaminade's James Goldfeeder picks off the pass, stopping the St. Anthony's drive and sending this one into overtime. Bonus football, baby. The Flyers, they get inside the 10, and it's Super Mario time. Mario Fischetti for the short touchdown run. The senior's 5-yard score gives Chaminade its first win over St. Anthony's since 2012. The final, 19-13. The taste of victory made sweeter as the win ends the Friars' dominance. Fischetti, who surpassed 2,000 yards rushing during his Chaminade career, well, he was given the game ball. Newsday's Julia Elbaba, well, she spoke with Coach Kevin Dolan and Fischetti about the rivalry and the huge overtime victory.
Coach Dolan gave you that football right there. What does it mean? You just reached 2,000 yards.
So excited. We had a great O-line last year, got me close to that. And then this year, also got a great one and racked up some yards this game. And just so excited we got the win today.
It's a great rivalry, but you know what? It's the best type of rivalry because it's not an in-your-face, pointing at each other, dancing in front of each other's faces. These boys from St. Anthony's and Chaminade, they come from all over the island. They're neighbors. They know each other. They play lacrosse and baseball and basketball together. And I wish we had video of this, them shaking hands out on the field and talking to each other and wishing each other the best. And that's what sports is supposed to be about.
You have to love that rivalry. Now on to another Catholic League matchup, Kellenberg and St. John the Baptist. Kellenberg, well, they were dominant in this one. Firebirds quarterback Thomas Sluka, he's a man on a mission. He's been great all year. First quarter action, Sluka gets the snap, and with some lead blocking, goes 16 yards for the touchdown. Firebirds, they strike first. Sluka, he rushed for 91 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the day. St. John's quarterback Kyle Chase says, well, if Sluka can do it, he can too. Chase takes the snap, gets a nice lead block, and runs it to the outside. He takes it 3 yards for the score. Kellenberg running back Griffin Chernoff put on a heck of a show. The offensive line opens up a hole, and he goes up the middle for the 4-yard touchdown. Chernoff ended up with a pair of touchdowns and 172 yards rushing. Impressive for someone who just came back from a calf injury. Kellenberg's defense, well, they were rock steady. St. John's tries to run it in from 14 yards out, and the Firebirds D says, nah, I don't think so. They stop running back Jaden Lewis at the 1-yard line. That helped Kellenberg lock down the 41-14 victory against their Catholic League rival. Now let's look at some of our plays of the week. Let's start with Malvern versus Friends Academy. Val forced the punt, and after a couple of bounces, Billy Dahl surveys the field and grabs the ball. And he has his eyes set on the end zone. Dodges one defender and runs through another. Dahl, he goes 70 yards for the score. That put Friends Academy in the lead. They win it 33-15, the first time Friends has beaten Malvern in more than 10 years. Now on to Oyster Bay and East Rockaway. Oyster Bay's Bradley Lopes recovers a first quarter fumble, and he's off. 87 yards for the touchdown. Interesting note here. This is the first varsity touchdown at the new turf field at the Vernon School in Oyster Bay. East Rockaway, well, they end up winning anyway, 34-12. Now on to North Shore and Cold Spring Harbor. Battle of the unbeatens in Nassau Conference 4. Philip LaRosa, he gets the rock, gets a few blocks, and he's down the sideline. Fights off a few defenders and takes it 35 yards to the end zone. That gave North Shore a 12-point lead. They go on to win it 26-14. Talk about spectacular. How about Babylon and Hampton Bays in Suffolk League 8? Quarterback Joe Young throws to the end zone, and watch this athleticism. Somehow Joe Kelly comes up with the one-handed catch for the touchdown. Rick Punzone's Babylon is undefeated. They win in a runaway. Watch the catch, 36-0. Wow. North Babylon taking on West Islip. Welcome back, West Islip, after 2 weeks of quarantine. Fourth quarter action. Ryan Behrens gets the kickoff, and he's gone. Take care. Behrens heads up the sideline, 85 yards for the touchdown. His second return of the game. West Islip, they run all over North Babylon, 49-7. Now to Sachem East and Brentwood. Running back Virgilio Batista had one heck of a day. Takes the handoff, bolts through the line of scrimmage, and takes it 41 yards to the house. Sachem, they win it 21-13. Now let's catch up with the defending Nassau County champs in girls soccer. MacArthur, they haven't allowed a goal all season. Their offense, well, they're not too bad either. Caitlin Tung, she gets the ball and fights off 3 defenders before putting the ball in the top right corner of the net. Great shot. MacArthur continues its streak of keeping opponents scoreless with the 2-0 win. Now to some boys action. Copeg at North Babylon. Down 2-1 in the first half, North Babylon gets the ball to Oric Briscoe out wide. He gets the ball on the left foot and fires it into the top right corner of the net. That ties it at 2. North Babylon, they go on to win it 4-2. We want to thank all the coaches who sent in those highlight videos. Keep them coming. Now, let's hit the pitch for some boys soccer, Brentwood versus Sachem East. Sachem, they got on the board first with a Kyle Smith goal, but it didn't stay that way for long. The long ball goes to Brentwood's David Akpan. As he's fighting off 2 defenders, the ball gets deflected past the Sachem goalie and into the net. That ties it at 1. Later in the first half, off the free kick, Brentwood passes to the side of Sachem's wall. Then they cross it into the box. Juan Hernandez puts a pretty touch on the ball for Brentwood's second goal. And that's the way it ended. The 2-1 victory secures a playoff spot for Brentwood. Now, let's take a look at Newsday's high school football rankings. Not much has changed at the top of the large school rankings, as Oceanside, Lindenhurst, Garden City, and Massapequa will lead the way. Bellport moved up a little bit. They're 5 with William Floyd, West Islip, and MacArthur. And rounding out the top 10 is Northport and Hills East. In the small school rankings, it's all about Sayville, East Islip, West Hampton, and North Shore. In the middle, we have Shore and Wading River, Seaford, Babylon, and Plain Edge. And rounding out our top 10, Cold Spring Harbor and Bayport Blue Point, they wrap it up. Well, that's it for this week's Sports Spotlight. I'm Gregg Sarra. Thanks for watching. And remember, for all your high school sports action, just go to Newsday.com.